Hi, Facebook. So I am coming on here for the first time to show you guys how I do my daughter's hair. Right now, I'm just going to. I started the braids already, but there's so many people out there that want to learn how to braid and just see the techniques of how you get the hair in the braids. So what do you call it? So slick down. And in the grade that she has, so I already flat ironed that, but the grade that she has is very thick, and it's very her hair is very thick, and it gets, like, when it's wet it's curly, and when she sweats it curls up. When it gets wet it curls up. So in order to keep your braids from sticking out the braid, you see how I have it? These are feed-in braids, by the way. I'm braiding her hair into a side ponytail. So these are feed-in braids. So, okay, so I'm gonna get started here shortly.
How many you buying?
So just 1 minute while I get all this started. Okay, guys, so we're about to get started on how to do these feed-in braids. I'm gonna show you guys a few of my techniques that I use. I've been braiding hair since I was 16 years old. I learned from my mom, and as the years as the years went on, um, I was able to almost perfect it. Almost. I'm not gonna say I did, but I'm gonna say almost. So we are going to start um, and see if I can just show a few people my techniques on I how I do the feed-in braids, just in case they want to try it one day, or just see what the way that I go through each step to do my feed-in braids. I do her hair. I've been doing her hair since she was 2 years old. And I started, like, just doing, little small braids first. And then as time went on, you just do the hair as the ages go, pretty much. So we're about to start in a few minutes. I'm trying to get all her stuff together. And I'll show you guys everything that I use. Her hair, it usually lasts about um, it usually lasts. Hey, cuz, it usually lasts for a while. So this is her hair before I do anything to it. Before I flat iron it, before I um, let me see if I could fix the light better so you guys can see a little better. Because I want you to be able to see the details of it. Turn around. I think that's better. Okay. So this is what her hair looks like before. And I've already done a few of her braids. If you could see how I've done a few of her braids already. And this is going to be just a style that I'm braiding on to the side. So this is how I start. So these are the things that I use while I'm doing my braids. I use the argan oil for this part of her hair. I put it on that part. Then I use this as I'm braiding her hair. This is what keeps her hair slicked down, so that it doesn't come through the braids, because of, like I said, her hair is really curly. And so it often comes through the braid. Don't let me hand me my charger. Sorry, y'all. I wasn't prepared for this. I just wanted to show a few people that have little girls or maybe even wanted to, braid their own hair. How to do it. I'll be braiding my hair tomorrow. So I'll go on and show you guys how I braid my hair on my own. These are my braids right now that I got to take out. I'm taking these out tomorrow because they're overdue. I think I did this maybe about 3 weeks ago. So, let me show you guys one moment. Let me plug in my phone real quick. Okay. So, let me turn the lamp back on. Okay, here we go. So, these are my braids. These are what I did myself. And I have both sides of my hair shaved, but I did my own braids and then I curled them. So this is what, come on, Mama. I'm about to do her hair. I'm gonna braid it to the side. And this is her hair now. So I'm gonna braid it to the side. And so the first thing that I do, let me show you guys everything that I use. I also use this, the flat iron protector. And this is so that when I flat iron her hair, the heat doesn't break her hair off. Like I said, I've been braiding her hair just, according to her age, since she was like, I say about 1.5, I started plaiting up her hair. And like every time I do her hair, maybe 2 times, I make sure that I clip her ends so that her hair can keep growing and. So this is the first thing that I use. This is the flat iron protector. You could use any type of flat iron protector you want to use. And then, let me see. I'm going to show you guys the stuff that I use on her hair before I start showing you how I actually do the braids. If I could fix the camera, y'all. I'm new to this. I just want to, there's so many people out here that want to learn how to braid. And my niece wants me to teach her. So maybe I could show her this video too, so that she can learn how to do her own braids, because she does her own braids as well. So the more and more you do braids, the more and more you're perfecting. Like I said, this is what I use on her hair. This is the grease that I use. I use this hair fertilizer grease. It works so good to grow your hair. Like it says rapid and healthy hair growth. It's really rapid and healthy hair growth. And then this is what I use on her braids when I'm braiding her hair to keep her hair from, the braids to keep it slick. This is what I use as I'm braiding her hair, and mine too. This is all the stuff I use on mine as well. Then I use this mousse once I'm done braiding her hair. Then I'm gonna put this mousse on her hair. So this is what we're gonna get started. I already have some of her hair out. I'll have to show you guys next time the stand that I use for now to do it. So when I parted her hair, I parted according to the style. Sometimes I just do freestyling, but sometimes she goes on YouTube and she picks out hairstyles. So I've already flat ironed this, and then I'm gonna take this, which is the Argan Oil edge tamer, and then I put it on her hair like this. And I've already put some. I'm just gonna put a little more on here. And I take a comb and I just comb it out so I could comb it through it. And then when I lay out my hair, I lay out 4 pieces. I lay out the very small piece. This is the piece that I'm going to use first. When I start doing the braid, I'll braid maybe like 2 times and then I'll add the hair. And these are feed-in braids. This is the one I use next. It's just a little bigger than the first, not too big, because you don't want that loop, that you'll have that loop if you do it too big. You'll be able to tell it. You want it to look as natural as possible. Everybody always asks me, is her hair this long? Because of the way that you can't tell any you know, like when I braid her hair in, you can't tell where the hair starts and where it ends. And then this is the next piece that I use. Not too big, it just goes up. You just keep going up in a size each time that you do the feed-in braids. And then this is the next piece that I use. And it's about the same size as the third piece that I use. You don't want to make it, just depending on how big you want the braids, that's how you do it. So you're going to turn to the side, have her turn to the side, and we're going to get started. I'm going to try to show you guys as much as I can. Once I get my salon chair, y'all, I'll be able to show you guys how to really. Katina, I see you. Just let me know. I work a lot, but we can figure out something. I don't really do people hair too much other than my daughter and myself. But if you want me to do your hair, I know you've been wanting me to do your hair for a long time now. So I got you. So turn around. Turn around. So we're going to start by braiding. We're going to do it once and then 2 times. And then you take the smallest piece of hair and you're going to wrap it around. You're going to, and the other piece of hair is in your pinky. So you're going to leave it over here. You're going to braid once. You're going to bring it over. You're going to twist it and you're going to bring it underneath. And you're just going to do it again. Sometimes you could braid 1 time or you could do it twice. It just depending on where I am in the braid, I may do it twice. If I'm getting to the very end and I want it to be longer, I may not do it twice. I may just braid, add hair, braid, add hair. So it just really depends on where you're at in the braid. So I add another piece. Like I said, that piece is over here and I just put it over there. And then I bring that piece around and tuck it under and just keep braiding. I'm gonna do it twice this time. 1, 2. Then I'm gonna take my hair. This is the third piece of hair that I have. I'm gonna wrap it around. You're welcome. I'm gonna wrap it around. Put this over here. Do it 1 time. And you're gonna bring it and you're gonna tuck it under. And you guys, like I said, I'm doing this video because there's so many people out there that want to learn how to braid. There's so many people out there that want to learn how to braid and do feed-in braids. So I'm trying to show you guys the technique of how to get your braids to look slick, to look fresh, and for your braids to look really good when you finish with them. Where it doesn't look like you've already, after you braided the hair, I've seen people's hair that just got their hair braided and it looked like they had them braids in there like 2 weeks already. So that's what I'm trying to, show the techniques. Everybody has their own way of braiding. This is just my way that I do. This is my 4th piece of hair. And then you're going to wrap it around. Bring this one over here. And then you're going to bring it back under, twist it, and bring it back under. Turn your head, Mama. Mm-hmm. And then you're just going to braid on out. So because I am starting at the other side of her head and I'm going a little bit past the half of her head, like this is the half of her head. And I just go a little bit past the half because she's going to have a style that's going to go on, it's going to be on the side. So I went a little bit past her hair. Thank you, Katina. Thank you. I like little girls to be looking fly like their mamas. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta keep these little girls and these teenagers and stuff looking fresh. We can't be walking around fresh and our kids looking crazy. Okay, so then what I do is, because I don't like to buy the real long hair because sometimes I don't be knowing how I'm gonna do her hair. So if this part is a little bit too short, so what I do is I take some hair. I take some of the thicker hair that I have already laid out. And this is almost the thickest piece. Then I'm going to add it. Let me get a thicker piece. That's not thick enough. Then I'm going to add it. There we go. This piece right here. So I'm going to add it to the braid. I'm going to add it to the braid as I'm braiding it. That way, this is the Murphy. This is what I use to put on her braids to keep her hair slick as I'm coming out braiding. So then we're going to come down. We're just going to keep braiding it down. Turn this way, Mama. Then I'm going to just keep adding the Murphy oil. And we're going to, if you have a little piece, you got to grab some hair from a piece of your other one that's a little thicker. But then you're just going to keep braiding it down. And it's a little hard to do it with her sitting between my legs, y'all. I'm not going to lie. I got to get my salon chair back because her butt has got too big, and it gets hard after a while when your kids is going to be taller than you in a minute. They sitting between your legs doing the hair. You know, we used to do that back in the day, but these doggone kids don't know how to be still. So, then I'm just going to, as I braid down in my braid, all I do is I just keep adding some of the oil. Or not the oil, I'm sorry. Some of the Murphy. And I used to use, you can also use that Murphy as edge tamer too. It keeps your hair, depending on the grade of your hair, it may stay slick. But you see how there's really no frizzies? And then you see how in her braid, you see how neat it is and how there's no hair sticking out. Her scalp is shiny, it's greased up. So I just braid it to right here. Later on, I'll braid it almost to the edges, to the ends. But the way that I want it, the way that I have mine curly, I didn't braid a lot of mine to the end. And I'll show you guys later on in the video how to curl it like this. So I used to think that I'm still learning, even braiding hair since I was 16. I'm still learning different techniques that they're using these days. Now, I don't have to use rollers. So I didn't use rollers to curl my hair. It's a braiding technique that you will use to curl your hair, to have it curly like that. And when I do braid her hair, after I'm done braiding her hair, I don't use the little I don't know them things that people put on their hair that they go to stores with, but I don't use that. I have her use a do-rag, because a do-rag, it keeps her hair compact. It keeps it down and it keeps it fresh day after day after day. I just, maybe put some oil sheen, edge tamer on it, and keep it going so that when I do put when she do put her do-rag on the next morning, her hair is still fresh and it's not all over the place, because the type of hair that she has is really, really frizzy. It gets really frizzy quick. Okay, so this, now I wasn't able to show you guys the technique that I used because you guys see the texture of her hair. So if I was to braid her hair like this, then her hair is not going to be as fresh and it's not going to be as neat as these are if I braid it like this, because the way that her hair is curly. So I blow dried it out last night after I washed it, and her hair is curly. So I'm going to use my flat iron protector, and I'm going to spray two or three on one side and 2 and 3 on the other one. And then you make sure that you have your part right to where, because I'm going to have it, it's going to all go to the side, and it's going to be in a ponytail like this. Oops, sorry, y'all. It's going to be in a ponytail like this. So you always want it to be long enough where it's not like that length. You want it to be long enough where it'll be able to fall like that. So when you put your ponytail on it, it'll be able to fall. So this hair is 20 inch. And you guys, as you see, if I'm starting on this side, it still wasn't long enough. So I had to add hair. So I don't like to use the 24 and 26 inches because, it gets in the way after a while. And sometimes I don't know what style I'm going to do on her hair. So that hair would be a little bit too long for me to do her hair the way I wanted to. And it gets in the way as well. Okay, so we're going to do one more back here before I go ahead and finish up the front. Well, matter of fact, let's just finish up the front. We're going to leave this back here for now. So this is the front. I've already done that part of her front. Okay, so I'm gonna come around. I'm going to put this in a little ponytail. I have a rubber band. I'm gonna put this part right here. I'm gonna put this in a little ponytail, just like this, so I can get it out the way, because I'm going to do the front part of her hair. Turn this way some more. Make sure you don't knock that over. Okay, so matter of fact, I need to turn the other way. This way. Let me see. Sorry, y'all. We're trying to get it right. Okay. Not all the way. Just like right here. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start. We're going to do this side of her hair. See how the texture of her hair is, y'all? It's really curly. So I'm just kind of doing it's almost like a freestyle on her hair. I did look at the picture that we found on YouTube that she wanted it to do it like, but sometimes I just don't always do it exactly like the picture, but it'll be very, very close to the picture that I do her hair. I've done so many styles, y'all, on her hair. I've done so many styles on my hair. I wish I could have showed y'all from the beginning of me doing her hair, from when she was almost like 1.5. I was just doing different styles, plaiting her hair up to get her hair to start growing the way it's supposed to as a little girl. So I just did her part. And this is the curly part of her hair. So I'm gonna just spray some the flat iron protector on it, and then comb out a piece of it. Get my flat iron, take my flat iron, and just flat iron. And I know you might see the steam, but it's not damaging her hair because I put the flat iron protector on her hair, so it's not gonna damage it. Like it normally would. It breaks your hair off when you flat iron your hair all the time. But I don't like to put no heat on her hair at all. I like to always use the flat iron protector to protect her hair from the heat. And it just grows. The more and more I braid it up and keep it going, her hair just it's growing so much. So much. Every time I take her hair down, her hair has grown like tremendously. And it's really thick. It's really, really thick. Okay. So this is how it looks afterwards, you guys. You see how straight that is? So this is how you got to make sure that you have a good flat iron, that the steam is coming off of it. You got to make sure you guys see that steam? You got to make sure that the steam is coming off your flat iron so that you can have a good. I've had this flat iron at least, I want to say maybe 7-8 years, and it's still going strong. So yeah, this is a really good flat iron. I don't know what type of flat iron it is, but I can't even remember where I got it. It's been that long. And it is really, really hot. It gets real hot. Okay, anyway, let me stop running my mouth. So the braid that I braided over here, I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to take my grease, and I just kind of go along here to grease her hair. And sometimes I wait until after I braid the hair so that the grease doesn't affect my edge tamer. I take my edge tamer and I put the edge tamer along here. Can you guys see that? Turn your head over here this way, baby. So I don't want to have to change the camera around. Can you guys see how I put that on there? And then you're going to do the same thing for the other side. It's going to do the same thing. Then you're going to take your little comb like this, and you're just going to comb it out. You're going to comb out the edge chamber that you put on her hair. You see that? Now, like I said, there's so many braiders out there that do it different from me, but this is how I do it. From over the years of braiding hair, I've found different, techniques to do on her hair and what makes it look, fresh like that. So there's different things out there that you can use. So we're going to start on the braid on her hair. So you're going to braid it once, and you're going to braid it twice. You take your little piece of hair like this, and you're going to bring it around. You're going to hold that piece in your hand. You guys see this? I remember you doing my hair. You always could braid. Yes, Deanna, I remember too. Oh my gosh. Girl, that's when I like doing hair. Turn your head, Mama. Thank you, Nosy. That's when I like doing hair, girl. Now, the older I get, I'm not even really into it like that. But I know that our hair's got to be done and we can't be walking around looking crazy. So, girl, I ain't got no choice. But if somebody want their hair done, it's a lot of people out there that I found. It's a lot of people out there that I found that can't really braid up to your standards. Or Woozy, how you forget, girl? So really, let me tell you guys the reason that I stopped braiding hair. So when I used to work, I used to braid hair all the time. When I tell you all the time, I used to go to work my little 8-9 hours, get off, and do another like 8 hours on somebody's hair. And you know black people, they always want discounts, but you'll go to the shop and you'll pay $200 but want to pay me $70. So that is really why I stopped doing hair, because my braids are just as good as, if not better, as the shop. Okay? So I have years of experience of doing hair and doing braids. I don't really do hair too much no more, but I do braids. So, girl, that's why I stopped doing people's hair. And shoot, that's just what it is, Okay, y'all, let me finish. So this is this over here. I'll throw that piece, and then you bring it back around, and you're gonna twist it. See how I twisted it? You're gonna twist it, and you're gonna bring it under. And then you're just gonna go to the next one. And since this braid is short, this one is not like the other ones. This is how long this braid is. So since it's short, I'm not going to do the 2 braids and then add a piece of hair. I'm going to do the one piece of hair, braid, and then do another piece of hair and braid. And that's how I'm going to do this one, because it is short and I do want it to be the same thickness. So I bring this over here. I want it to be the same thickness as the other braids. And then you twist it. And you put it under your first finger, and you just you go on to the next one. You grab a piece of hair. This is the piece of hair. You bring it, you get your finger, your pinky, and you bring it underneath where you got the hair gripped. You braid. This hair is over here. You bring it back under, and then you go and get the piece that you had over there, and you twist it, and then you bring it under. And then we're going to go to the last piece of hair. Thank you. Hold on. That piece is to there. This is the last piece of hair. I always take out 4 pieces of hair from the very skinny to the biggest one. I know, Woozy. I'm going to try to start doing these on how to, the best I can. This is my first video ever, girl. So I just wanted to make, try to make some videos, because I can braid and do all kind of braids. And all kind of styles. So don't burn your arm. Yeah. I just wanted to make some videos so that people can see how to do the feed-in braids and what my technique looks like to get it nice and neat and looking nice, because everybody has their own technique. So this is the way that I do it, though. So you're going to take this piece under here. And remember, this one is over here in your in your pinky. And you're going to braid and you're going to bring it under. You're going to twist it. Don't forget to twist it, and then you bring it under. And then you're just going to braid it on out. So on this one, I won't have to add any hair to make it longer because I'm already this braid is so short. So it's already going to be the length of the other braids. So you won't have to worry about adding no hair. This is the Murphy that I use. So I just take it like this, and as I'm braiding it, I'll smooth down her hair so that it won't be frizzy as I'm braiding out her hair. And I'll do that on each braid. And then I'll just start, turn this way. Turn your body. Turn your body. Okay. So I'll just start braiding it down. And see how it's slicked down? It's slicked down so you won't have no frizzies when you're braiding it down. So you just keep slicking it down as you go. If you need to get some more, you get some more. And you just slick it down as you go. Because, ladies, we got to stay fly. You know what I'm saying? We got a reputation to keep. We got a reputation to uphold with the Lord. You hear me? So we got to stay fly. And we have to teach our kids that princesses stay fly. My husband told my daughter, I ain't never seen a princess to walk around with their hair not done. And that is the truth. If you a princess, you got to keep your hair done. Because I know I'm going to keep mine done. I can say that. Thank you, Woozy. So, I don't always braid to the end. This is a two-tone hair, by the way, guys. It's like a black, and then it fades into a number 30. So, I don't always braid down, because at the end of me doing her hair, then I'll braid it down to where I want to, because I want a big part of it to be curly. So, I'm going to take it and put it up in a ponytail. That way it won't be in the way. Okay. And then we're going to turn this way, Mama, so I can show them the front part. This is the front part. And this is the other side of her hair.
Last one?
No. This is the other side of her hair. So you guys see how her hair, the type of hair that she has. And then this is one of the ways to get her hair, the way that you want it. And then as you're doing it, and as you put the edge tamer on her hair, if you happen to say that you put a little bit too much, because sometimes I do, I'm heavy-handed, so sometimes, I do put a little too much. But there's no such thing really, because it's going to go into the hair once you tie it down. But if you do, you just take your tail and your comb, and you just push it underneath. And then you push the hairs underneath, or if there's a little hair that happened to stick out while you're braiding the hair, you could just push it underneath. You take your tail and comb, and you can just push it underneath. Okay. So then we're just going to keep braiding. We're going to go, and we're going to start. I could do cornrows, but I can't feed in hair to save my life. You gonna get it, girl. All you gotta do is keep on trying. I'm telling you. Just keep on trying. You will get it down pat. I promise you. Practice makes perfect, girl. You know that. You know that. Okay. You keep practicing on your kids' hair, you're gonna be a pro. Okay, so I'm just kind of freestyling her hair. I did see the picture that I wanted, but I'm just braiding it. I'm just really braiding it to the side, y'all. And you guys, also a major thing is when you're braiding your kids' hair, I don't know whose hair is thin, how the hair is and stuff, but you want to make sure that you don't take a little piece like this, unless you're doing them that small. If I'm doing cornrows like this big, this thick. If I'm doing them this thick. And I want to always make sure that it's not skinny. You know, I want to make sure there's no hair off on its own because it pulls their edges. So you always want to make sure that when you braiding it, it is a thick part where you can grab in the beginning of it. I don't never want to just leave, you know, her edges out where it pulls. Like this right here, this should be okay because I'll bring this little piece right here in the front and then I'll add it to the side. So when I start braiding, it'll be braided. This will start braiding and then you'll start the little hair right here, the first piece of hair right here, and then you'll braid on back, but you're going to add, you know, you're going to add all this into it. So it won't be like you're pulling their edges. You don't want to pull their edges out because I braid really, really tight. And sometimes my edges, you know, the edges have came out from me braiding even my own hair. So I'm here to tell you that these braids will stretch your hair out and fall out if you do braid it too tight. So we're working on the front part. And I'm just doing the little part. And then I'll make sure that I bring her hair back so it don't be in the way. Okay, so we're going to always make sure that we flat iron it. Don't forget to flat iron it because you don't want your, you don't want it to be, you don't want it to be frizzy. You don't want your hair to be frizzy coming out of the braid. So I just want you this way for a minute until I start braiding it. Turn around, Mama. Turn around. So if you guys know anybody that needs to know some techniques on how to braid knee hair, and this doesn't even just go for feed-in braids. This also goes for just braiding hair period. Like when you're braiding the hair, just use those techniques. You know, oh, you're knocking my hair down. You use the edge tamer, you use the Murphy for the braids, and you make sure that you grease the scalp, and you also always use the flat iron protectant. You always use that because you don't never want your hair to be damaged from the heat. And my flat iron gets really, really hot. It has the whole room hot. So you don't want it to damage the hair. Okay, so we sprayed it on there already. Mm-hmm. Let me pull this down because I don't want none of your hair in the way.
Okay. You know that hurt.
What'll hurt?
You have that out and then you doing that.
And then I pull it. Yep. Okay, so you take the flat iron. Did I just spray that on your hair? Did I already spray it?
Mm-hmm.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then you take the other piece. And you flat iron it out. And the same as, just make sure that it's flat ironed out good. And really to the edges as well. You want to make sure that that is flat ironed out good. So, then, turn around, Mama. Leave the hair alone. You're going to take your edge tamer and you're going to put it on the hair, on the roots of the hair. And you're going to do, you don't have to use that much. You're going to do the same for the other side. And I just kind of put it on the roots like, almost like grease, but not as thick. You see how I just go down? I'll just go down. And then, sorry, did I poke you? Mm-hmm. Sorry. Then you take a comb, a small tooth comb, and you just comb the edge tamer out. Just comb it out. Okay, and once you get it combed out, we're going to start braiding, doing the braid again. Let me see how I want you. No, sit up. Turn just like that. Just keep your head just like this. Okay, so then you're gonna start getting ready to do your braid. And remember what I said to do the braid twice. You're gonna start braiding like you would regular just braid your regular hair or your regular cornrows. You're gonna go around once, and then you're gonna go around twice. And you're gonna take your little piece of hair. And you're gonna bring it around. Remember, you got it in your pinky. It's an automatic thing for me to grab it with my pinky, but you may not want to grab it with your pinky. But just make sure that it's out of the way. And then you braid. Then you bring it back. You twist and go under. You do the next one. And this one is not that thick. It's just a little thicker than my first one. The first one is the very, very skinniest. You're going to get it not really, really skinny, but you're going to make sure it's skinny enough that you're not going to be able to see the braid when you start braiding it. Like, it's supposed to look like your natural hair. And look at me, messing it up already, y'all. Because I didn't got the hair. I didn't got the hair, so I done messed it up already. So let me, hold on, y'all. That's why you want to make sure that every part, matter of fact, I can just add that into the braid because that one, that's what we're going to do. We're going to add this part into the braid. We're going to add that little piece I showed y'all in the front. We're going to just go ahead and add that into the braid. This little piece right here. So let me just flat iron that really quick a little bit. And then we're going to add it. And you also always want to blow it when you flat iron it with one this hot. You want to also make sure that you blow when you flat iron it because it is majorly hot. Majorly hot. And you don't want it to burn their scalp. She's complained about that plenty of times. So we're going to take that down and we're going to do this braid again. Okay. So, let me put some edge tamer on the front of it. And y'all, I don't want my video to be boring, so I just wanted to show you guys, you know, how to get your daughter's hairs together and stuff like that. I'm gonna come on tomorrow and I'm gonna show you guys how I do my own braids. So you braid it, go around once, and you go around twice. And this is, like I said, this is the first part of the hair, the skinniest. And this is what you start, that's the one that you start braiding in first. And you bring it around and swoop it. You're going to go once. And this time I'm only going to braid once. Or I might do it twice. So on this one I'm going to do it twice. And then I'm going to add another piece of hair, which is my second piece of hair, which is this. And then this is the hair that goes over there to the side. And then you go and grab that hair, take it, twist it, and bring it under. And you do the same thing with the next one. You take the hair, bring this one to the side. You're going to take this part and you're going to twist it. Then I'm going to do it once. This is going to be my last piece of hair. Then I'm going to do it twice. Actually, I'll do this one 3 times because, that hurts. I'm going to do it 3 times because I'm almost at the end of the braid. And I want it to be long enough to put it in the ponytail. So this is the last piece.
Ow.
This is the piece. You're going to braid it under. And you're going to twist it. and then you're gonna bring it under.
Well,
And then you're just going to come on out braiding. And this is when you add your Murphy. You're gonna add the Murphy to each braid as you're ending your braid, so that it won't be frizzy when you get ready to finish up your braid and have your braiding it out. So usually I'll take some and I'll put it on each one as I'm braiding it. And then if one of your braids is too skinny, you could just grab a piece of hair from one of the thicker other two, and then you could just add it to the other one. And you just braid it on out. Put your head up.
Well, you know my hair tight.
And just make sure that you should be used to it by now. Just make sure that as you're braiding it out, that you don't have no frizzies, or sometimes, you know, when you're at the end of the braid or you're at the end of their hair, you can see where their hair stops. So you want to make sure that you can't see where their hair stops at. You're just going to braid it on out. And I don't always go to the ends, because at the end of doing her entire head, I always braid it to where I want it for when I get ready to curl it. So this is the outcome of that braid. Okay, y'all, I just wanted to come on here and show you guys how I do her braids. I'll come back tomorrow when I get ready to do my hair, so I can show you how to braid your own braids. And I'll show you the outcome of her hair and what it looks like when you're all finished. When I'm about to finish braiding her hair all the way down, and I'm a braid like probably about 6 of them together, and I'll show you the technique of getting your hair curly, so it could be curly like this at the ends, and it don't just be straight without using rollers. Excuse me, without using rollers. So thank you for watching, guys, and if you have any questions of anything about the braids, just let me know. All right. Peace.